So family, this story comes from Kansas. Kansas City police chief says she didn't know her husband supported a detective who is being convicted of a fatal shooting. So let's get deeper into this story. And so we find out that Kansas City Police Captain Danny Graves wrote that the prosecution of Eric DeValcanier was politically motivated when DeValcanier fatally shot a black man in 2019, and he tried to support this police officer despite the fact that he was convicted by a jury who saw all the evidence. And Kansas City Police Chief Stacey Graves is saying that she didn't know that her husband had supported this police detective. Well, that is very much in question. And Graves was just appointed as chief last week, and she was asked about her husband's letter that was written in February of 2021. And Stacey Graves said, "I don't know what that was." In a follow-up email, Graves said that she contacted her husband about the interview and asked him about the letter. And also addressed to Missouri Governor Mike Parson, the letter asked the judge to consider allowing DeValcanier to remain out of jail on bond pending his appeal. Wow, so you're claiming that you didn't know that your husband felt that way. Your husband is a police detective in the same department that you just became the chief of. And you want me to believe that you had no clue about your husband's position. No. What it appears is that the public opinion turned on police officers and Eric DeValcanier, because I remember that name. That's how I remember to pronounce that name correctly. He had a long rap sheet when it comes to police corruption. And so many police officers for the Kansas City Police Department knew about this corruption and said nothing throughout the whole trial because they were hoping that this officer was going to be seen as a hero and therefore get off with a slap on the wrist like police officers usually do. Well, that didn't happen here, and now all of a sudden, this police chief and her husband is copping pleas. No, we have records, we have receipts, we know how you felt, and therefore we know how you feel about your job and how you feel about innocent citizens who are harmed by race soldiers, commonly known as U.S. police officers. And if you want more content just like this that black people care about, go visit hbcc.social or obt.social, because black content and black empowerment deserves a place on the internet where it can't be censored.